Hey! It's Angel Light over Darkness 33. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that everyone that you love is doing well. And I hope that you enjoy the live tonight because I'm going to talk to you about our retreat panel. So I'm going to call some of you up and I'm going to ask you questions about your spirituality that you learned from the channel and what you think that you can give to others. So as we begin, I ask that you like the video. I ask that you share the video and tell everyone you love that Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is live right now. Right now. Come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! So I guess I need to change this back. Hold on a minute, guys. Jesus. It's not working out for me. Oh, I know what it is. There it is. There. That should be better. Yes, yes, yes. Still. You gotta change the background. I like this one. Okay, guys. So I want you to get your thinking caps on. Hold on. We're not doing that yet. Get your thinking caps on and think about what it is you have learned since you've been here with us. Okay now? I'm okay now? I'm okay now. All right. We'll go with this one. Hey. No, I'm not going to do it. All right. So now we're discussing what it is you have learned from this channel, what you've learned spiritually, and how you think that it can benefit others. Okay. So now I'm going to call you in order that you came. Do not get nervous with me. I want to call you guys up. At least I want to have at least 3 on the panel at one time. So let's begin there, okay? So I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Let's see. Oh, here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna write your numbers down too. So first we'll have Josie. Tay, you're new, so I'll call you towards the end or middle. I know you probably learned some things too, but I want my old school team. Mary's Wrath, I'm gonna call you up. Mary. Okay. Of course, I'm gonna call Jared up. We're talking spirituality. Of course, I'm gonna call Love to Travel up. So that's gonna be our starting team tonight. Oh. And Sunshine, you'll be up with the next crew. Because I want to make sure that you guys are really learning something while you've been a part of this channel. And not just, just another channel to watch, but that you're actually learning some things. Okay. Hold on, because I'm writing numbers. Okay. Spiky. Hey, Spiky. You've been here a while. I want you to come up too. You'll be in the next group. So, first group I'm going to have, like I said, it's going to be Josie, it's going to be Jared, and it's going to be Love to Travel. Okay. So I want you guys to hit that link and come on up for me. Okay, hit the link and come up. Self control, little by little. Exactly. Come on, come on. Did I put the link in the chat? Yeah, I put the link in the chat. Listen, look, here's the link. Click this and come up, please. Josie. I want Josie. I want Mary's Wrath, and I want Jared together. I want Josie, Mary's Wrath, and Jared together. All right. Okay, connect your mic, Josie. Spiky says she's at work, so she can't participate. That's okay. I'm glad you're working. Good. Okay. So, okay, so Spiky's not going to be able to do it. Josie, hit the link again, please. Something wrong with your link? Somebody sent me a private message. Hi, Angel. Hi, Josie. Oh, okay, Uber Eats. Yeah. Love that. Okay. Come on, guys. There's Josie. Hey, Josie.
Hi, Angel. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. What an
Hi.
honored.
Yes. You're first. You're first. So great, great, great. I want you to tell me what you've learned spiritually since you've been with us here and how it helped you in any way.
Oh my God. Okay, so what I've. Are you talking about in general with you? Like, from watching your videos or like, with life since I've been watching your life from the last time? What has improved in my life ever since?
Since you've been watching this channel and you've been in the room with us, what have you learned spiritually that can help you and other people?
To have faith and your guardian angels. You have to call on them in order for them to interfere and act upon your life. That's really important. And you taught me cleansing, that going to the bathrooms and then, let the water energy just, kind of run through your hands sometimes to get rid of the energy.
Exactly, exactly.
Um,
Now,
yeah.
energy, explain that to people who don't know what energy is, good and bad. What is good energy? What is bad energy?
Well, I always, my favorite thing to say to people is to follow your heartbeat because that will tell you everything. Usually if something's going bad, your heart will like tends to like pump faster, or you'll get that gut feeling, your intuition speaking. Don't ignore it. I always say, that idea is coming to your head and to your mind for a reason. Out of anything in this whole entire world that could have came to your head, that decided to pop up for a reason, and it's not a coincidence because nothing is a coincidence.
Exactly, exactly. So, would you say that everything can change the energy within you?
Definitely everything is energy, frequency, and vibration.
Exactly.
To me, yeah, I like to explain it, and it's kind of like a radio station. If you put it on love song, you're gonna hear a love song. If you put it on, rap, you're gonna hear rap. So if you're feeling happy, you're gonna find more things that attract you to feel happy, and because you're in that happiness vibration.
Exactly. Exactly, Josie. You've learned a lot. Thank you for telling us. And
Yes.
I like what you bring because you're bringing it from your own aspect, and it's helping people who are, out there listening and don't know exactly what all we do here. Mary, can you chime in for me?
Oh, hi, Andy. It's nice to meet you. This is the first
Hi,
time I'm doing
beautiful.
something like the first time. Like, okay, what do I do? Okay, it's so easy. I got it. Um, yeah. So I was always spiritual, but I
Hmm.
didn't really start getting into angel numbers until I was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I guess if you're not paying attention, or you're supposed to pay attention, then the spiritual realm gets a little harsh. So
Yes.
since I mean I was spiritual, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know really. I didn't know, and I found a dead crow in the way, and that's when I really opened up my eyes to the angel numbers. And then when I was like seeing the same numbers over and over, and I was reading, it's just incredible. It must be based on millions of people's experiences or something because some of those angel numbers tell me exactly how I am too. It's like you are
Yeah.
really being watched in the spiritual realm, so you better like live your life as good as you can because you are being watched every second. You're
Every
not getting
second.
away with it. So it's really like, and then the angel number 11, I kept seeing it and seeing it. So wow. So I was reading about the 1141, and there's a short clip on YouTube that speaks about the 144,000. The 12,000 tribes. What do they call it? 12,000. Oh, people from each tribe, which is 12,000 tribes, which is 144,000. And
Twelve
even though I know
Israel.
that there was nothing special about me, not to brag. I always knew that since I was a kid, and I still was shocked. I said, "Wow, that's amazing."
It's
And because
amazing,
you see,
guys, that when we go to class, that we can learn, even though we may have a lot of things that we've learned over the years, it's always something new. Always something new that you can learn from. And it's good to know that, even me, I could be reading your numbers and something will come up and I'll be like, wow, I didn't know that. So I'm learning right along with you as I'm telling you what God tells me to tell you. So it's good that we're able to do that. It's good that we're able to learn and we're able to share because now, guess what? You'll be able to know when energy shifts. Now, Josie, when energy shifts for you, how does it feel?
All right, Angel. I just wanted to say I made some lately. I've been working with numerology.
Oh, I saw that.
um.
Yes,
Okay. How do I turn my mic? Okay.
there
Hold
you
on.
are. She turned it
I'm
off.
trying to flip the camera.
We can see you now. A little. Guess she didn't want to. And so Mary, how can you tell when energy shifts? What happens?
oh, oh, the birds, you could feel it,
Wow.
because there's a lot of things that should have happened in my life that was
Hmm.
like would have been horrendous. It could have been 100 times worse. I'm telling you, I should have actually been out into the street. But God protected me from that. And thank God I had a roof over my head, always had food in my stomach. Even though I wasn't working, I had like a zero income. And it's just amazing. And you see the birds, like today, even yesterday, I saw those two mourning doves. I know I'm protected. I said there's a shift coming. And then you hear the
Yeah,
mourning dove, the way it mourns. It's not crying though, it's protection. That's like Holy Spirit right there. So I'm like,
that's
there's
right.
a shift. And then I saw 1111 last year, but for some reason, the last like 2 months, I've been seeing 111 and 1111 every day. I wasn't seeing that every day. Now it's crazy. It's like there's a definite shift coming.
Because when you
Like I
first
mean, even
start
when I
ones, when you
yeah,
first start seeing the
hmm?
ones, that's to get your attention.
One. And then there's a
Which,
car service. There's a car service, two car service like within like a mile from me, and the
mhm,
last four digits are 1 1 1 1. And I walk a lot. I walk 1 to 3 miles a day because I live in the
mhm.
city. I love walking. So, and I turn around and then I see the Bensonhurst car service turning, and I see the 1 1 1, the last four 1 1 1 1, the last four digits. So
Yeah,
it's incredibly easy to know a shift. Incredibly easy. You got to pay attention though. A lot of
yeah.
people they just turn the blind eye so they can continue doing what they're doing, which is not good, not a good life. But
No,
uh,
you missed a
you
lot.
know,
You could be
it's
missing
nice.
a warning. You could be missing a warning. You could be missing a
True,
blessing. You could be missing a message. It could be anything. You
true.
never know what God wants you to know.
Right,
You
but
never.
that's true. That's true. Because on the flip side of it, if you got someone that's not doing so good on the other side, that 1 1 1 1 is not a good number for them. Because then
Mhm.
justice. But yes, it can be a warning, right? Like if you see like just say you see a statue of an angel, or you see the word angel, say you see it, and then you hear sirens. There's danger up ahead, like something like that. Yeah. So you
Yes.
really have to pay. You really have to pay attention. Sure, sure.
Now Josie's
But I
showing
believe
us
all.
the numbers there. You see them? Look, Mary.
Oh.
What do those mean?
Oh my God, angels! Thank you for allowing me to do this. This is like spirit's call. Okay, so this what you're looking at is my little clock. It goes from 1 to 9 and not to
Oh,
12.
oh,
So this is kind of like a triangle clock.
oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's
okay.
it.
What's that
Because
in the middle?
and
Oh,
numerology,
that's the hands of the clock. Okay.
yeah. And numerology, the highest number is 9. Then after the number 9, everything repeats itself. Like 10, like 1 and 0, then
True.
1 and 1.
Very
You
true.
know,
Hmm.
so number 9 is where it ends. Number 9 is like the root of everything.
Now,
Anything multiplied by
you
9.
the numbers and the scripture where it says there's a time for everything. Does that kind of blend in for you guys? There being
Yes,
a time
definitely.
for everything, and the energies of the numbers.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
there's a
and I'll
time.
show. Right here, that's the table 9. Um, the same thing right here. We see the whole entire table 9 right here. 9 times 1 is 9. 9
Mhm.
times 2 is 18. No, while creating this clock, Angel, I noticed the pattern. 54, 63, 72, and 81.
All of those are nine.
Yes.
8 and 1 is 9. 7 and 2
Yes,
is 9.
81.
63 is 9.
81 is 9.
74 is 9. You see,
72.
everything is divine. It's
Yeah. So
divine.
it's the
No,
same pattern.
here's your
It's
shift.
81 followed by 72,
You
then
just felt a shift.
63 and 54, right?
Things, yeah.
And then, everything is a mirrored view, as above, so below. If it's in the heavens, then it got to be, which is, we see the same thing right here. The root for 4 and 5 is
Hmm.
4 and 5 right here. And then 6 and 3, and then 6 and 3, 7 and 2, and then 7 and 2, and 8 and 1, and 8 and 1.
You see,
Right?
everything is a reflection of everything.
Yes, it really is. And we see that in everything. And that line, I had drew it from from 5.
Hmm.
So from 9 times 5 equals 45. Then that's when we see, you know, the pattern that's like above and then that's below.
Hmm.
And while, number 9, not many people might notice, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hmm. Now, do you notice that if you multiply 3 times 3, that equals 9?
Yeah.
And we know how important 33 is. 33 is
Yeah.
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's his number,
Yes.
which is 9.
Facts. Everything equals to 9, Angel. Like the whole root. Look, this is the whole entire multiplication table. 9 times 2 is 4. 9 times, you know, I mean, not 9 times 2. I'm sorry. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm sorry. I get so excited about this, but the root of everything was just coming up to 9, and everything equals to 9. You know, 8
Well,
Yeah.
plus 1 is
nine is
9. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9.
What'd you say, Mary?
that's the number of price, like 999.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
666.
That's
It
why
is
it's reflected.
nine
It's the
nine.
wow. That just made so much sense. Yes, and I'm a number 9, baby.
The
So
Can't hear
we
you,
got
Mary. Hold on, Josie. What'd you say, Mary?
oh, that 999. That's the number of Christ. The beginning and the end. Correct?
I thought it was
Am I right?
33. Let's look it up.
yeah, 9 too. Cause Angel, look, everything.
Oh, it is.
Look,
It's like,
these are the only numbers. So it really 33 is number 9 because 3 plus 3
it is
equals
3
6,
correct.
and 3 times 3 equals 9. And if you look at it in a
Mm-hmm.
mirrored view, the 6 will be with the 6, and the 9 is the 9. You know, the
Right.
6
True.
is number
Right.
9. Depends on the how you look at it.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah. Remember, this is going back to this. These are the only numbers. So any big numbers that you see, come back to this.
What
Also, I wanted to show
what
you
drew
guys
you to
this.
9?
We were talking about 111, 222, 333. Everything has a 369 pattern. Like
What drew you to 9?
what drew me to 9?
Mm-hmm.
I was born on the ninth month at 9 o'clock.
Damn.
Yeah. And I also find out that my
Interesting.
name equals to 369. And then I've been finding
Oh,
all these patterns about
or
369 coded in.
Wow.
oh,
Yeah, God
that
is
blows me.
amazing.
Universe. Like if it look up Nikola Tesla, he
I
could
know,
I
I
watched
am Tesla.
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but I am energy, frequency, and vibration, the whole everything. So, like, I've been so fascinated, mind blowing. One
It is
plus one
mine.
plus one is three, then two plus two plus two is six, then three plus three is nine, then four plus four equals eight, eight plus four equals 12, and
Not
one plus two is
calculating.
three. And then the pattern keeps going on. Everything is 369, 369.
Wow.
And
So,
also, right here, real quick, I just wanted to show from the table three.
hmm
Hold on, there it is. To give you guys a better visual, table three, everything is 369. We see the pattern 369, 369.
wow. That's very
And I've been
interesting.
seeing that a lot too. 369 is
Yeah,
so
and I also
amazing.
discovered
Number.
really cool things, Angel.
Mhm.
I noticed because you see how my little clock everything stop at 54.
Mhm.
I realized it's the same thing with mathematics, like with the same tables. We only have one to four. The table is 1 to 4.
Yeah,
Then after that, everything mirrors everything else
that's true.
because look, the same pattern. Okay, so all right, right here are the sum of the table one, of the table two, of the table three is, for example, let me give a very descriptive look. For example, two. Um, I have the 2 4 6 8 pattern right here.
Mhm.
The 2 4 6 8 pattern. Then 5 times 2 is 10, and then 1 plus 0 1. Then 2 times 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3.
Mhm.
So these are all the roots numbers.
Right.
Um, Not to have it confused, I have it right here. It's the same thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have the root numbers for everything else, and then I notice the pattern 81. Okay, 81, 72, the 63. and the 54,
Nines.
which is that pattern 81, 72, 63, and 54. And Angel,
That's amazing.
the table 8 is the same thing
Hey,
as the table
James.
1.
Wow.
The table
You know,
7 is the same thing as the table 2. The table
What you saying there?
6,
excuse me. You know, I didn't really know it either about that 999. But they, when they say 666 is the mark of the beast, and it doesn't necessarily mean the
Mm-hmm.
mark. It is the mark of the beast, but then the 666 could be justice. It could be family,
family,
um,
yeah.
balance. But on the other flip side, if you're evil, then that could be you have some kind of imbalance in your life. So they say that when I was reading and reading because I didn't know it either until like maybe last year, that when you see the 999, it's like it's upside down, like an upside down six. So if 666 is the mark of the beast and 999 is the number of Christ. So
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, Jared. Hey, Jared. Welcome to
Hello.
live. Oh, you have to unmute your mic.
I know I'm just cooking. That's why I'm
Ah.
yeah.
Can
Oh,
you have anything to
shit.
say about all of these nines?
Damn.
Yes, nine definitely comes to a completion. There's a lot of numbers that vibrate in completion, but it depends on your level of your level and your state of awakeness.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many levels. It's like different dimensions of heaven. People think heaven is just one place. Heaven is a dimensional place,
Right.
and
That's true.
so there's knowledge of a lot of things, but once you learn the sacred geometry of everything, then you learn the truth of the knowledge. But there is also, like I said, certain levels of awakening, of understanding the truth. It's not just knowing it, but truly understanding it. Because when you understand something, you're at peace with it.
Yeah. Above all things, get understanding. Correct.
Correct.
Hey, it's low. Yes. So now that you're here, Jared, what how has the channel helped you, and what have you learned since being here?
I've learned since being on this channel to trust my natural instincts. I believe everyone who came to this channel is very either empathic, or you are a messenger, or you have some type of light working abilities within your own community, whether that be work, school, or even online. So I believe that everybody here is connected through the light, and what I've learned from being here is to trust your instinct. Trust the gift that God placed inside of you. When you see a number and you feel like something is calling you to do something or pay attention,
Hmm.
don't don't just shrug it off, because most society teaches you to go against that feeling.
True.
Society is taking away from the creativeness and the spirituality of things, and it's focusing more so on logic, business, and separation from what is truly creation. But let me not get off topic. Um, going back to what I'm saying, coming to this class, it taught me how to trust my own instinct, pay attention to the numbers, and do more research on when I see a number so that I can be more knowledgeable on what the message means. Because sometimes you might see a message, it might not even be for you, it might be for someone around you.
That's true. How do you tell? How do you differentiate whether it's for you or not?
You really have to sharpen your discernment. You have to ask God, is this for you or not? Or is this for someone else? And sometimes you'll either have to pray on it,
Hmm.
meditate on it, or if it's in that moment where you're speaking with somebody, more than likely 9 times out of 10 it's probably for that person, when you know that you're not going through that situation that the number is explaining.
And I
Correct.
wanted to add, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like a little similarity that I had with this. It's kind of like I was working cashier, and whenever people's like total will come up to an angel number,
Mhm.
Hmm.
like I always think to myself like, is this my angel number or like their angel number? Like, since we're both kind of like seeing
It's
it,
whoever
so
sees it, right, Mira?
Yeah.
Right?
No, no. That's what she.
no,
That's your like.
Perception.
I don't think I don't know will be for the person because that's actually your groceries and your
Right.
receipt. I think that number actually belongs to the customer. I mean,
It
you're
belongs
right. You're right
it
about
belongs to the customer.
could be. You're right, but I think that it belongs to the customer because it's actually their money and their groceries and you know.
They have the
So that's
energy. But Josie, who saw the number first? You or the customer?
me, because I'm the one that's ringing up the things, and I have to tell them what their total is, and I could be like, your total is 555,
Uh-huh.
and I would
So
tell
before
them,
they even knew it, you saw
yeah,
it.
yeah. So I would tell them like, look up 555. That's the message.
Okay, so you were being a messenger.
Yeah, I really was. That was the perfect way to put it.
Yes.
but then
Yes.
the
Sometimes
other
we
person
are,
has the ability to look at that number then.
huh?
And yours.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's on them. But you know what? Most of them are blind. They don't even. They're like, oh, right away they think it's devil. Right away. A lot of these
Hey,
people
Charlene.
in the case, she's like, oh, because I had 3 times 666. I mean, over the years, over several years, and they're like, oh, like it's not always bad. 666
No
isn't always
numbers is
bad.
bad.
You know,
If you put that negative energy on it, then that's what you're just gonna receive.
True.
yeah, because
But
666 represent balance in your life. So if you, I mean, if I feel very balanced in my life for a while now. So if I see the 666, I feel like I'm balanced. But if I feel like not like kind of like out of balance,
Hmm.
then I could see the 666. I see the 666. Uh-oh, I'm thinking negative
it's like
or
pay attention to your
something.
thoughts also.
That,
Like,
oh yeah, definitely the same thing with the 999. If you're thinking when is this going to
I'm on
stop or
life
when is
path
this going to
6, which
end,
is like
and
9.
yeah, and then you turn around and you see 999, that just answered your question. It's really amazing. Yeah, your thoughts. Yep, it's crazy. You're thinking about something.
Maxwell
And,
says, hey guys, Maxwell says 666 also stands for
Fertility.
fertility. Right. And that can not just mean, that doesn't just mean having children. Oops, my goodness, I lost everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Get it back. Get it back. Hold on. I'll work it out. Okay. Anyway, it means fertility. So that can be fertility in different areas other than just having a baby, right? You could be
yeah,
birthing different things. Somebody's phone. Hello? I'm
I'm
trying
here.
to get this screen back. I'm sorry. I messed it up.
if you guys heard my phone, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody
Um,
declined it.
so Jared, do you think that it could be fertility on different levels? That's right.
Yeah, this goes back to what's happening in your life. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
I'm
goes
trying
back to what's happening in your life and whether you're paying attention to what you're doing or who you're around or the energy that you're putting out.
to. Hmm.
The message can be different. Like she said, 666, most people, if they're not doing their research on the knowledge of what that means, they'll
Hmm.
instantly think that's a devil number.
Hmm.
But
Right.
if you really do your research, it can either mean a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the vibration that you're carrying in that moment. Now, most people use that number because it does represent as above, so below.
Right.
And most of the time, when you do see it, you'll see it in a movie or on a show. It's kind of overly, what do you call, overly used.
Hmm.
Because if they were to use the number 222 and you were to see a bad thing happen in a movie every time you saw 222, you would think that would be a bad number, right?
Right.
Because it's a program that is sending a message to your mind saying, hey, when I see this number, bad things happen. Now,
Right.
when you be honest with yourself, when you see the number 666, honestly think about it. Does anything bad ever happen when you see that number?
No, no more
Nah.
than feeling that way.
No more than the feeling of something being bad, but never really anything around you is going bad unless they're tying it to a certain symbolization, and
Right.
then that represents what they're talking about.
Right. Because I remember when I was growing up spiritually, um, my people would say, "Oh, that's the devil around you," and then while you're growing up and you hear that, you'll think that every time you see it, but not necessarily so. Doesn't mean that the devil is around you. And then while we're speaking about the devil,
It depends.
since
It depends
since
on
we
who's seeing that.
gathered towards that, he was
Like,
an angel in the first place, right?
Right, right. And see, most people don't understand that. God is allowing the devil to be here to be a teacher, and not in a way where we have to look up to him, but in a way where we learn from our mistakes.
It makes me wonder if the reason that the name devil was given was to bring about fear.
Right, right.
And see, God doesn't want us to be afraid.
Mhm.
well, it
So,
depends on the number, that 666. Because I throw all the toxic people out of my life. Nobody's blocking my blessings. They're gone, right? So one guy was saying, because you're speaking of angel numbers, I'm seeing a lot of 666s, right? So this guy was a gambler and he would chase women in the street and everything. So that's 666 for him. It's an imbalance, you know, because he says he believes in God. I said, yeah, you believe in God. You're not following God's way, and you have an imbalance because you keep thinking on the if we exit the matrix. If you keep thinking the matrix, the matrix, the matrix, the matrix already collapsing, and you keep
Yeah,
you know.
that's fine.
You understand what I'm saying? So for him, the toxic person who sees 666, it's a warning. You have an
mm,
imbalance in your, and if you don't turn, the other cheek, you you're in for a disaster. He's definitely in for disaster.
so
I think
that
he's
being
gonna.
said, you would say that according to where you're at in your life and what you're doing
Hmm.
and how you're feeling about your life, it would determine what it means for you.
That's correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And would you guys say that's with all numbers?
Oh,
I would.
y- um, I don't know. I mean, I would if I.
No, nine. Only nine. Nine has that
Mary
I
says
would
she
ability.
say
doesn't
every.
know.
I
It's
would
not with
say
all
every
numbers
number. Every number
because
represents something different.
Yeah, definitely.
there are
Mm,
certain angel numbers that the evil people aren't going to see. These are the good numbers, like 836 or 636, for example. I say it all the time. Not everybody's going to get the privilege to get those numbers. You know, 836, about the twin flame, and you got 636 about a modern day Moses, for example. The people on the toxic side, aren't going to see certain numbers. So I
well,
think it
sometimes they
probably
will, Mary, in
it,
order to get them to change from their ways. You see.
I think it's all those like repeated numbers, like the 666, 444, 333, 222.
Which goes
Because
back to what I was just showing you guys,
yeah,
not to
Right.
you have to
with the
you
whole
have to
entire numbers. Because once you understand it,
read more than one article on it because the 222 it could mean like massive miracles for the chosen ones, but then 222 could also mean hey, that could be a slap upside your head for losing faith in the spiritual realm.
And
Also,
that's what I'm talking about when I say about
yeah,
energy. If you want to get the meaning of something and you don't want, you're looking for the good in something, okay? You're not looking for what something's getting ready to happen to me, somebody's going to do something. And so, my son asked me this. He said, well, Mom, there's many places to get an understanding about numbers. How do we know which ones to look at? I said, it depends on what you're drawn to. I know what I was drawn to and what I use, and it's up to you, the individuals, what you're drawn to. Your spirit will lead you where you need to go. Am I right about it?
Yeah,
Right.
that's
yep.
facts.
Yeah. So, some people who are talking about angel numbers, they have a different objective when they're writing their numbers out and everything. So if you have to go by your energy and your spirit, if it doesn't agree with your spirit, then it's not for you. If you feel kind of funny when you're reading it, you're like, this ain't for me. You'll know it's not for you. And don't keep reading it, you know. But if it makes you feel like you're getting your answers, then that's the one for you.
I mean, you could also look up if you want to go further. You could look up the biblical meaning of those numbers too to get more
Okay.
clarity. You can do that also,
Yeah,
well,
definitely Bible passages
the
have
chosen one has divine brilliance, so we can discern like, if this is for us. That someone who's confused, they're gonna think, hey, oh, that's so positive for me, and they're actually a negative person, and they think that the positive number is for him, the positive side. No, it's
Right. This is why I try to be around positivity all the time because I know after having a stroke, I have to keep myself balanced, right, Jared?
Correct.
I have to keep myself balanced and I can't be, oh, what is going to happen? Oh, that's going to happen to me. Oh, my goodness. Why are they saying this? Why? No, I can't be like that. I have to be calm, cool, collected. So,
that's a
and so,
miracle. Congratulations. That's a
huh?
miracle you survived the stroke. I mean, that's a miracle that you survived it. You could walk, you could talk, you could. That's
yeah, oh
great.
my God. I'm shook,
That's
Angel.
a
I did
miracle.
not know this.
God can
Yeah.
heal. God will
And I
heal you if
I had a
you're.
I had a major stroke. I didn't have a minor stroke. I had a major stroke. And all I did was go to the bathroom and sit down.
When Jesus say yes,
So how
nobody
long,
can say no.
I went to the bathroom.
Angel?
Huh?
When Jesus say
How long you
yes,
in the
nobody
hospital?
can say no.
I was in the hospital for about a week, I believe.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Really, congratulations.
And
I'm
I
glad you.
could
Good. I'm glad you're with
I
us
could
talking.
I couldn't I couldn't deal with the emotions of the lady who was my physical therapist. Something about her just didn't click with me and she kept twisting me around and this and that. And I told my husband, I can't do this. I need to go home. And he said, are you sure you're ready to go home? I'm ready to go home. And so, see,
And I
when,
can go home and twist myself, right? I can go home and twist myself if I want.
no, actually, I went home and my husband helped me. He helped me. Husband helped me. So, um, what I'm saying is this: sometimes you have to keep yourself in a space, a certain space. When I say that, I'm talking about your energy, the things you think about, the things you eat, the ways you feel, mainly the ways you feel, because your feeling can determine how something happened for you. You could be going on an interview, and if you're feeling negative in any kind of way, that will reflect in that interview because that energy will come in. You're inviting it in. That's what it is. You're inviting it in. Okay. And we have to realize when bad spirits come in, we have to realize when good spirits come in. And when that happens, we have to know what to do. So, in so doing, when you feel a spirit of negativity or bring um, darkness in around you, you have to alleviate yourself from the situation. It might be a situation where you can't physically leave, but you can mentally take yourself somewhere else. Trust me, I know that. You can take yourself somewhere else. You can meditate in your mind and really not even pay attention to what's going on over there. See, once you become aware of your spirituality, in order to keep your spirituality, you have to stay in a spiritual place. You have to know how to come back to that space so that you can maintain your level.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, fortunately, I live alone in a big house, so I can definitely physically leave. And I'm very picky who walks in my house. There's only a few people allowed to walk in the house. I don't want
There you
anybody
go.
coming with demons attached to them, And
Yeah,
it happened
I'm that
once.
way too. I don't want just everybody in and out my house. No, I don't do that.
No way. No way. Then you know what they see what you got, and they be like, "Wow, I never had this. I live in a hole in the ground."
Mary, but it's not for me. It's not so much as what I've got. It's so much as them leaving their little demons.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They come, they see a house, and they think, "Oh wow, she's rich, or she's this, she's that." Let me tell you, I've been struggling, and I've been out of work. I inherited my parents' house, right?
Hmm.
And I caught the siblings. They were stealing, right? So I had to do what I had to do to fight them, not to put me out into the street, which was about 2.5 years ago. Never happened. So the miracle is I'm living in a big house by myself, okay? No tenants, because they forced the tenants out illegally. So and now it's a miracle. All utilities are turned on, and I got a zero income. So it's a miracle. I can't say anything. I can't complain.
Oh,
Sometimes,
I love that. You counting your blessings as you should be.
and I share my blessings.
Gratitude is key.
Let me tell you, I have a friend, right, that's disabled, correct, right?
Hmm.
And she had COVID last year. And she's got other health problems. A miracle she's still alive. She has high blood pressure, she has asthma, COPD, and all that. And I said, "Oh my God, hope I don't lose her." So she's got a dog, and I love
Me too,
animals.
chat.
I love animals, right? So I took
Hmm.
the dog. I said, "You don't have to pay me." I had this dog really for 2 months. I mean, she spent 3 days in a hospital, but every time I talked to her, week after week after week, she was so winded. She couldn't even walk the dog. She couldn't bend down to feed the dog. I said, "Give me the dog." I said, "I got this all this space, right? And I can walk the dog, and if it's too cold, all she got to do is run up the stairs to the apartment, run back down, run down to the middle floor, run down to the basement, and just run all over the house for the exercise." So I'm actually sharing my blessings with someone. That's why you're chosen, because I'm sharing my blessings. And she didn't have that. She lives in an apartment. So I share my blessings. You don't have to pay me. It's okay. I do it for love, because I enjoy I love animals, right? So
Yes.
she says that she gave me like $100, which of course would have cost her a lot more. I don't think she would have found anybody to do it. So I had the dog for like 2 months after that. But it was fun. I said, "Don't worry, don't worry. I got you. I got you. I take care of the dog. I enjoy this. When you feel better, I'll give you back your dog. But you see, I only babysit dogs and cats that people I know, because I heard some horror stories where, can you watch the dog or the cat for a few days? They don't come back for the animal, and then you get stuck. It's like, okay, I have no money. I don't have this. I don't, you know. So yeah, but it was really
It is
that.
now 9:33.
That's what you say, because you can't be thinking money, money, money. Listen, I have everything I need. I might be broke, but I have a roof over me. I have food in my stomach. So let me share my blessings with someone else, because I actually did that for love. And she's disabled, so it's like, come on, give her a break. She's sick. What if I was sick like that? I have some really bad habits. I don't drink, and I don't gamble, I don't take drugs, but I smoke cigarettes like a dummy. And I overeat sometime. 'Cause
Yeah.
foods. It's not big enough for me in the, the room, whatever. Okay, but then, then I fast and I lose the weight again, and then I cut back on my smoke, and I just keep trying, until I succeed. I just keep trying.
You trying,
And,
Mary? You trying?
and
But
my
guys,
health,
we got to get back to the subject
Can you
because
guys
we
hear
got
me?
way off.
I don't stop talking too much. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. I'm just,
So
just
I'm
saying.
gonna call some more people up. Jared, you muted yourself. Do you have anything else to say? Or did he leave?
No,
No,
I'm
I'm
good.
still here.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Josie, for coming up.
Oh, I gotta get out. We have to get out now, right?
So some other people can come up. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Bye,
to meet you.
guys. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. 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 Now, anything else to say, Jared?
Um, all of that was very insightful. I'm glad that everybody got up to share their information and their stories and how they were able to be introduced to angel numbers.
Hmm.
I guess my last statement before leaving would be to do your research. Don't just come to class and seek for an angel number for angel to read it to you. Um, there's a time where you have to put away baby food and start eating real food.
Hmm.
And I just would like to encourage everyone here who is listening or who comes across this live after it's over to actually do your research. And you don't have to go all, hard on it, but like for the ones, the numbers that you see the most, write them down and look them up later. And I would say the best one to go to for the review of those would be Joanne Scribes. She's really taken her time to um, go through all of these numbers, and definitely pray about it. Don't just look up the numbers just because you want to know information. Pray about what you're looking up and ask God to give you more signs that what you're hearing and seeing is true. And that's my message.
That's a wonderful message. And it's very true. Because, sometimes we get stuck in a rut. And if you don't do things sometimes differently, then you just get stuck. So there's a time for all things. And
Yes.
as there is time for all things, we have to learn different ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just one way all the time. I call this to be our pre retreat panel because I wanted to know what you have learned, what everybody has learned in this channel. How has it benefited you? Is more than just reading the numbers. Are you getting the messages of the numbers? That's the most important thing to me, that everybody's getting their messages.
Yes. I would say
Yeah.
the hardest thing I've learned in this class is how to strengthen my gift. And
Mm,
when I mean strengthen my gift, I mean being able to ask God a question and receive that answer.
yes.
Um, we get caught up in work and we get caught up in just certain things that kind of like hinder us from like actually hearing God sometimes.
Yeah.
And so taking a moment to find a peace, a quiet space in your house, outside, and actually talking to God, not as if you were speaking to a panel, but like actually talking to God as if He was sitting beside you, like He was your friend. Like, hey man, I'm going through this and I really, really don't understand and I need some clarity. I need you to like speak to me in a way where it's very defined and very noticeable to me. And you have to be open to receiving that. You have to be open. It could be a song on the radio. It could be a certain insect or that lands on you. It could be a bird in the sky. Now, people don't know
Absolutely.
this, but back in the Native American days, this is how the language of the Native Americans used to speak through animals, insects, It could be a certain type of tree that you're around. Look that tree up. Look
Hmm.
stuff up. Just look stuff up. Be knowledgeable on everything that's around you. Everything that's around you actually has life in it.
Exactly. And see, I've taught on so many things, not just numbers. I've taught you guys about sun gazing. I taught you about meditating. I talked to you guys about, you know, the powerful crystals,
Yep.
stones, and things like that. Everything has a reason, and we can't just dismiss them and say, "Oh, there's no reason for that." Yes, it is. It's a reason that you're supposed to go outside, take your shoes off, and stand in the grass or stand in the dirt. Why is it, Jared? Tell them.
When you take your shoes off and you stand in the dirt, you're actually putting your soul in the ground, and you're connected to the earth, and you're connected to everything, every life form, and God can really connect to you, because that's the first thing that we should be connected to when it comes to being here on earth, is everything around us, the plants, the soil, the trees, the animals, the leaves. It gives us more of a grounding. Your vibration is more aligned. You're aligned with nature, and you're able to receive a message more clearly.
That's right. It's grounding. It grounds you. You're being grounded. You're one with the earth. You
And
know.
also, if you guys are, having a little bit of negative frustration in your life, whether it be through relationships or with your own self, take yourself a spiritual bath
Yeah.
with Himalaya salt, and make sure you play some calm, peaceful music. Now, what this does is, people don't know, but what this does is it cleanses your aura. And it actually, if you're talking on a physical level, it detoxifies toxins out of your body on a scientific level. So you can research this as well and look this up. It's not just about the spiritual, but it's also about the physical. So whatever's happening on the physical, it is happening in the spiritual.
It's true. If your spirit isn't cleansed, then your body's not cleansed, your mind's not cleansed, your heart's not right.
Right.
So, um, when we're under attack, some of us more so than others are under attack a lot,
Hmm.
constantly going through something. There's a reason for that. I
Hmm.
say that you haven't learned the lesson that you were supposed to learn,
That's right.
and you keep beating yourself up because you keep trying to make something happen that's not for you. And we have
Now,
to stop. We have to stop trying to force things that don't fit in our lives. Correct?
correct. I would say that would be one way to see it. And I would also introduce another way would be, there are, I have to be honest, there are people out here who cast spells and do dark magic. And
Mm.
sometimes there are generational curses placed on certain people, places, and things. Whether you eat something or touch something, or you're in a certain place that you're not supposed to be in, and you may have that spirit on you and follow you home. And so I would say, in order to get that off, going back to the cleansing your aura and your energy, and also to do an even more deeper cleansing, do your affirmations. Put on some affirmations when you go to sleep. Play it in your subconscious so that when you wake up, it's subliminally in your subconscious, and it's actually promoting positivity throughout your day.
And when he says subconscious, that means just play the music, play the affirmations, and go to sleep. Go to sleep with it on, right? So your subconscious, your that's your spirit, your mind, it can hear the affirmations. And instead of the fear that you may have felt when you went to sleep, you'll get affirmations of strength, affirmations of love, of joy,
Yes.
of kindness, right?
Yes.
Depending on what you put on. So when we are
Now,
feeling certain, huh?
I was about to say, I was about to share one more. If you want to take it a step further and higher, you can take it further by programming your water. Now, people don't realize this, but water has life.
Yes.
God spoke over the water. He hovered over the waters
Mm-hmm.
and he spoke life and he said, let there be light. If you really are knowledgeable about the Bible, you would know that God hovered over waters in darkness and he spoke over the water and he said, let there be light. You
He
have to
moved
speak.
upon the water. Yes.
Yes, you have to speak over, just as if you were praying over your food.
Mm-hmm.
Program and speak over your water,
Mm-hmm. So that
and
you
then
can
if you
fight.
if you want to lock that in, you can put it in the freezer for a little minute, chill it, take it out, and drink that water, and do that continuation of the water, the subliminal programming, the salt baths, and your prayers and affirmations. And I declare to you, your life will start changing. The people that you once were connected to who were toxic, they will start to leave your life. They will be casted out.
True. Very true. Very true. We have to utilize our spiritual gifts. So, Jared, if I was to ask you, what was your spiritual gift? What would it be?
I have a multitude of gifts, you guys. I have I have clairvoyancy, so I can hear things. Sometimes I can hear people's thoughts. It's clear audio, clear audience. I also have the gift of vision. So sometimes I may have, or you would call it in the English word, is called a deja vu instead of a deja vu. A deja vu is something that you've seen that's kind of familiar, but a deja vu is when you dream of an event and then that event actually happens in life.
That's right.
I have those commonly all the time.
Premonition, like, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I also I have healing gifts, so I can heal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the gift of I would say prophecy. I can speak something into someone's life and not know even what I'm saying. It's just being funneled through me. I'm getting a download and it'll just come out.
Yes, downloads. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But I'm strengthening my gifts each and every day. There's more that God is unlocking within me. They're not always the most coolest gifts that I used to think, because it's hard to tell someone something who is not so much of a believer in it, or if you have something difficult to tell someone and you feel afraid that that person might change on you,
Mm-hmm.
or there's challenges that come with the gifts. With great power does come a lot of responsibility
And see,
to
that's why we have
handle.
places like this to come together, so that
Yes,
we can come together with people who have like minds and
yes,
people who are in the same zone, the same atmosphere that we're in. And
yes.
that's why it's important. A lot of times, well, sometimes people come around us and they may have so much going on. But see, when you're around somebody that has a lot going on all the time, what that means is that person is under attack, right, Jared?
Yes.
That means that you're under attack. When you every day you got something going on, something's wrong. Every time I see you, something's wrong. You are under attack. And normally what's happening is that which is attacking you on the inside is looking for another body, is
hmm
looking for another host so that it can take on that spirit. Hey, Charlene, welcome to the live.
Hey, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Jared. Wonderful. I'm enjoying you so much.
Yes,
Beautiful,
a
beautiful soul.
3 panel. Yes. So that spirit. is looking for a host, another host, because they've tormented you. Now they're ready to torment somebody else. So when people come to you and they've got these things on them that they want to get off, it's not always for you to lay hands on and do what? Heal. Everybody is not for you to heal. Everybody is not for you to help at that moment. There's a time for all things, and for all things there is a time. So when somebody comes to you and they always have something negative going on, what do you guys advise them to do?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I tell them to examine the root of that thought, the root of that negativity,
Hmm.
because I used to kind of run away from negativity. When I say that, I mean, you know me, I'm a joyful person. So when anything feels like it's sad or serious, I didn't want to face it, but I've learned that you have to face whatever it is that's affecting you so
Hmm.
that you can understand it
Hmm.
and heal from the root of it. So I tell people to examine their life, examine what's causing them to feel that way. Boy, I thought you were asleep. Oh my gosh.
Right. Right. To that own self be true. Um, Problem is with that, a lot of people aren't spiritually aware of the fact that they have a problem. They think I'm just like you. I'm fine. I'm fine. I've met so many people saying I'm fine, but they're not. They're really not. But they don't see that. And then when you point it out, that spirit in them gets angry. Ha ha! I know you heard this before. That spirit within them gets angry and at you, and then that makes the person lash out at you. So a lot of times when people are lashing out at us, it's not them. It's a spirit that is infiltrating them and causing them to be depressed and angry and all this stuff. See, when they've got so much going on in their spirit and their mind, they want an outlet. We cannot be an outlet. We can tell them what they need to do, but we cannot be an outlet. We are not supposed to be a vessel for people to pour their bad spirits into. We're supposed to be able to tell them what they can do for help. However, if they keep needing help in that same area, they're not doing what you've advised them to do. And that is called in the Bible a reprobated mind, reprobated mind, which means that your mind is not seeing clearly. You're just not. You're just being defiant. And some people are just defiant. And as they're so defiant, they don't want to listen to what you're saying. They don't want to listen to nobody. They just want to cause confusion. And what is it about a confused mind?
Here's my thought on what you said. I agree, but I would add it's not that they don't want to listen,
Hmm.
but it's like you said, that energy that's with them have them going around in such a circle. And honestly, to me, it saddens me sometimes because I look at things from a universal perspective,
Hmm.
beyond the human level.
Hmm.
And when I see people going around in circles with the same issues year after year, and I'm like, oh my God, and you really have to set boundaries as a person, like us. We have to set boundaries because I
It'll
don't
jump
have
on
time.
us. It'll jump
Exactly.
on us. And next thing
Yeah.
you know, you having the problems that they have.
Hmm.
See.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to protect our energies by setting boundaries because people will suck your energy.
Oh
And
yeah.
like you said, I remember at one point, this is even before I came into what I know now. I had a friend that was so negative, and I had to take a step back because I'm like, wait a minute. all these years it's like the same story over and over. I'm like, I'm not Jesus. I'm not here to save the world. People got to save themselves. I could only do so much,
But
and
doesn't
then
it
the
make
rest is
you
up to
feel
you.
weird
I'm
when
not
they
gonna
do
waste
that?
my energy.
Doesn't it make you feel weird that when they do that, they did that? Okay, let's be funny about it. 1999, you had a problem with your husband. He was beating you up. 2003, you still got a problem with your husband. He's still beating you up. Pray for me, my husband, da 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 da. Okay. Then 2006, pray for me, my husband still beating me up. You've been beat, you've been hurt for all those years, and it never occurred to you to walk away and let it go. It never occurred to you to get help, real help. There's a problem when somebody does something over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's,
Yeah, it's the programming, man. The paradigm shifts. We need paradigm shifts, I should say. It needs to change. I mean, people
yes.
are going through a lot, but they're causing it without even realizing. Because I find in my experiences, people are always projecting, oh, they did this to me, or it's their fault. When you really need to look within yourself. Everything that's happening, not to us, but around us, they perceive as, oh, it's happening to me, or they're doing it to me. But
Hmm.
it's really our perception of what they're doing and how we interpret it. And we have the power to change that. And that's what I want to get into people's mind. But not everybody's ready. And as a light worker, as you would say, you got to know who's ready and who to work with. Otherwise, you're wasting your energy, your time, and theirs. And it doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
They're going to get it when they're ready to get it, you
That's
know?
true. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
It's sad. It saddens me, but I realize I just have to allow and accept and just do what I can do. That's it.
That's because there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. And when it's time, it will happen. It will happen. When it's,
Absolutely.
when it's time for whatever they're going through to stop happening, they'll have their little aha moments and they'll get it. But see, when you have someone coming to you constantly with the same situation over and over, they're not listening to you. And you have to go ahead and admit, hey, I know you're not listening to me. I know you just want to hear yourself talk.
Or vent. I mean, don't get me wrong. A little venting is fine sometimes, but because we all need to vent a little bit, that's fine. But when it gets to be
Oh
like,
no,
okay,
every day is a problem.
yeah, you're complaining. No, I'm not with it. I get myself out of that circle real fast. And I'm at that point now where, you know, I know well enough to say, listen, I advise you to do this. You haven't done it, and you're coming back with the same issues. I'm not for it. Take this to somebody else because you're wasting my time and yours. And I say it with love because I know sometimes it could sound a little harsh, but sometimes people need that as a wake up call.
Now let
They
me tell
need
you
it. Like,
spiritually about
yeah,
that. Spiritually, what's happening is they're drawing off your spirit. They're drawing off your strength. They're drawing off the love that you have, which means that they're jealous of your happiness. They're jealous of your calmness, your peaceness. They may be jealous of your home. They may be jealous of your relationship. They may be jealous just to be jealous. And this is why they come to you with this stuff because they want you to feel how they feel. So when people want you to feel down because they're down, that is not a good spirit. And that I just don't believe. I don't believe. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but
I
I don't
agree. I
believe
agree.
that's my calling. It's not my calling to to invite your negativity into me, and
Mm-hmm.
you walk away happy, and here I am sitting here depressed and sad and don't know why. No, man.
Yeah, leave all that heaviness on you. I
No,
know. I feel you. I
no,
feel
ma'am.
you. Because energy gets transferred. I mean, I'm telling you, I've had people come about different situations. And it's okay to listen because you want to, be an angel to others or help others. But
Our ears are portals.
listen, that you're angry and you don't even understand where that anger is coming from and
You sitting
all
there
sorts of
acting a
stuff is
fool,
coming
don't even
up.
know why you acting a fool. You know?
Mhm. I'm not with it, man, but it's all
Right.
good. I'm grateful for those experiences because it's taught me how to set boundaries, how to protect myself, yet be loving and caring. You know what I mean?
Even Jesus said, touch me not.
Right? Shoot. I
If
forgot about
Jesus
that.
don't want you to touch him, why should I let you touch me and bring me down?
Say that again, girl. Hmm.
Jared.
I'm over here. I'm listening. I'm loving it too.
Oh,
This is
gosh.
what people want. They want misery loves company.
Company.
That's right.
You
That's
said
right.
it.
I think it's also that we should also bring this up. There's not enough people talking about it, but I think sometimes I've studied a little bit about it. But there's a lot of people who have narcissistic characteristics, personalities, and even personas, down to chemical imbalances. I'm talking about actual chronic diseases that are within people. And sometimes I believe these things can be attached to demonic things because the works in the flesh are just representations of the work in the spirit.
Hmm.
And whatever's manifesting in your life is happening spiritually to you.
Hmm.
And so sometimes when people are operating out of, let's say, going back to the narcissistic trait, a narcissist can, as you said, Angel, can sometimes present themselves to be a kind, a regular person until they're challenged by you telling that person, hey, um, now's not the time for this, now's the time for this.
You
and
get
see
That's when they get
and see
angry, and
that's
that's
when
when
they
they
get
try to.
angry because sometimes the attention that narcissist is seeking is being drawn off of them and onto the actual thing that we're talking about. And sometimes when that is happening, right, what's
Hmm.
happening is there's this I would call there's this spiritual warfare happening within that person.
Yes.
There's a spiritual warfare happening consistently because the attention might be taken off of God or a healing of a person in that moment. Because sometimes sometimes what's happening in the moment is bigger than the people that are in that moment.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes we give our attention to the wrong things, right? But there are some people who take it a step further and seek for chaos.
Yes. Yes.
Mystery does love company.
It's true.
Very
It's
true. Yeah.
true. And see, the thing is that when somebody is hurting, they want to stop hurting. So if they have to get rid of whatever's hurting them any kind of way, they will do it. They
I
will do
think,
it.
yeah, I think for me, I would interpret that as not that they want, like they maybe deep down they want to get rid of the hurt, but how they interpret that or how it comes out is that they hurt other people. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Like people just have like a mischievous, devious, envious energy with them without even knowing. And those things I believe from my experience is, when you're coming up, you're growing up, you get to whatever different age, and some people age by numbers, but not by in their spirit. So you might be 40, but you're still in that mindset of a 20-year-old, and
Because
you
they're
haven't
holding on
advanced.
to that stuff that that they had it on them at 20. Some
Exactly.
people are
You
still
haven't evolved.
angry about something that happened in their teenage years.
Oh my gosh, yes. So to me, that takes healing. A lot of people were traumatized and went through different things that caused them pain. And that
Exactly.
energy and what Jared was saying was very good about cleansing your energy with the different things that he talked about. It's so important. Like I remember my dad used to give us like bats, but I didn't even know what it meant. Like he would get different leaves from the trees and mix it in there, and he would put lemon and salt. And I would hear him pray over it. And as he was giving us a bat with the bucket, he did it. He would, pray blessings on us. But I didn't even know what it meant as a child. But I just remember feeling so light after he was done, almost like I would fall or something because I would feel so light.
Yes.
But yeah, those things have a lot of
Yes, they
deep
do.
meanings, powerful.
Yes, we do. And this is why a lot of things that we have learned spiritually, we have to maintain them. We can't forget what we learned. We have to use it to our detriment because in this world, hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
They're
That's
hurt
right.
and they want to go hurt you because they hurt. They don't like you smiling and being happy, so they're gonna call you or text you or email you and try to get you in a down mood. And then after the conversation, they're happy and there you are, crying and don't know why.
Right? I just feel like people just need healing from the roots. Like there's some deep healing needed across this planet.
Because they're
Deep
under
healing.
attack. They're under
Absolutely.
attack.
Absolutely. That's why I don't judge or I don't criticize or put people down, but I just take a look at it from a universal perspective. And even when people might be against me or they might have envious feelings, and sometimes I could sense that, but I still show love because I understand that it's not that person. It's the energy, the principalities behind
Yeah.
whatever they're manifesting. And, that allows me to still be loving and be kind, but be wise as well, if you know what I mean. Because you can't be a fool out here, but, we're here to love and expand love.
Yes, yes, yes. What is it? Be wise as serpent and humble as doves.
Yeah,
That's
wise as a serpent, humble as a dove. Yeah.
how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be wise first, and then humble as a dove. That's how it went,
For sure.
you know. But a lot of people want to make an idiot out of us because they know that we're operating in the spirit. However, God will let us know through his angels, through his spirit, through other people. He'll use somebody to come to you and give you a message to let you know, hey, I'm gonna need you to take a 3-day sabbatical. I'm gonna need you to go on a fast. I'm gonna need you to take a spiritual bath. I'm gonna need you to go take a walk in nature. I'm gonna need you to get in your Bible, whatever it is. Then God will tell us what we need to do to strengthen ourselves. Because out in this world, it weakens us day in, day out. It's so
Yeah.
much stuff out in the world to weaken us
hmm
that we have to stay prayed up every day.
Yeah.
Every day we've got to get it back together.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
that's one of the reasons I love coming here. You want to be in that same energy where it strengthens your faith and it strengthens your spirit, and it keeps me going. It really does.
I'm
Keeps
glad.
me going.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
You're doing good work out here, Angel.
Thank you. These are some of the things I want to do at the retreat. Of course, we'll be more personal with it, you know, we'll be more personal with it, but these are the kind of things we will talk about at the retreat when we have the retreat. And we'll be able to be more on a one-on-one basis and be able to come together as one. Um, it's important that we all know that we're still on one accord. It may be 2,000 of us, but we're still in the same vein. In the same vein, we're working towards the same common denominator. Yes. Hey, first last, we're working towards that same common denominator. And as we're working towards that goal, this is what's going to allow us to manifest some of the things we're trying to manifest. You want to manifest things better? Well, you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to manifest. You have to learn how to avoid situations that will destroy your manifestation. How both of you two. Nobody else will come up here, so I'm gonna use both of you guys. Listen, what are some of the ways that we can help our manifestations to come to us quicker?
For me personally, it's letting go. And that's been something that I've been working on lately. Just letting go. I find when I just let go and say, hey man, I give it to you. I put it on the altar. Take care of it for me. I let it go. This is my desire. I'm not gonna keep thinking about it and keep praying on it. You pray for those things believing that it already exists. So instead of me saying sometimes, hey, can I please have this, I say thank you for it. Amen.
Yeah, thank you already.
Thank you.
Yep, yep,
Thank you.
yep.
And
Be
then
grateful.
I'm working on just knowing and feeling it, because when something is coming, you feel it in your, like, you just know beyond knowing. And that's something I'm working on, to make it more dominant, a more dominant power, to just know that I know that I know. Because sometimes you know that you know that you know, but it's so deep down that you really got to travel to
Hold
it. And
on, hold on, hold on. Charlene, just by you talking, my mom just walked in the room.
wow, what
Those
up,
are her
mom?
words. My
Okay.
mom used to say, "You got to know that you know that you know."
Yes, mama
Hey,
knows what's up.
mom walked in the room. My angel's here. My help's here. So yes, yes, you got to know that you know that you know.
Yeah, and sometimes that knowing is so deep down, you got to travel within to touch that energy and bring it out. And that's where meditation helps, and
Hey,
like
Brian.
nature time, that kind of stuff. Brian.
Exactly, exactly. So before anybody else knows that you can make it, you've got to know.
Exactly. Exactly. And I had to stop
Yes,
looking for other people's approval. Like, no, I don't need anybody to say, but sometimes you need that along your way until you get to your own self power of saying, what? I don't need my mother's approval. I don't need Angel's approval. I know this is my mission on the planet, and this is what it is, and I'm moving with spirit, and that's it.
yes.
That's it.
Because
People
that's
might
where
not agree with me.
ultimately that's where I
Hmm.
want you guys to be. I want you guys to be so strong in the spirit, so strong in the spirit that you can fix things when things are not going wrong with you. You know what to do.
That's right.
What kind of a counselor would I be if I didn't teach you how to do what you need to do to fix what you need to fix?
Exactly. Exactly. We all have that power. And I feel like as light workers, it's our job to help others to find their own power.
Yeah,
Just be that voice to lead people through the tunnel so that
yeah,
they can be in that light, man. Oh,
yeah,
God, you're making me feel like, my vision of this world. It's just such a beautiful vision. One day I'm going to share it on my YouTube. I
yeah.
just see a beautiful world.
Hey,
Beautiful.
Jared, I want you to talk to me
Yeah.
about bay leaves.
Bay leaves.
Ooh, good stuff. Yes, Jared, let's get it.
Well, I haven't worked with them too much yet so far. Um, I'm still, researching and studying up on them. I wouldn't say I'm too knowledgeable on them just yet, though, to share enough information.
Okay, I'll go. Bay leaves help with your finance.
Oh wow.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a bay leaf and write an amount that you are desiring and put it under your pillow and sleep on it.
Wow, I haven't heard
Or
that.
if you're seeking love, put that on there and write it and sleep on it. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to burn it and let the smoke come to you so that you can receive what comes from that.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I know it a different way. I know of writing on the leaf and you sleep with it under your pillow, but not to burn it after you've done that. That's interesting. I could see that working too. I like to burn it. They say it's good to burn it as well before you sleep and around your pillow or
Hmm.
around your bed because it helps you to sleep better. But I find I wasn't feeling too great like last week and the week before, and I just lit some bay leaf right in my kitchen and put it around my head, around my oh my gosh, and it just lifted me. I just felt
Yes.
so
There's
lifted.
something spiritual about the bay leaf.
Yeah, the scent of it, it just lifted me. And I drink it as a tea as well. It has so
Oh,
many health benefits. So many health benefits. So it's one of those super things, man. Bay leaf, it rocks. And it smells so good. I think that's why I love burning it around me. The scent just lifts me.
yes, yes, yes. So that's one of the things that you can do. Also, what about the Florida water?
I definitely
My
use that.
sister's more. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jared.
No, I use that for aura cleansing. It definitely gets away. It rids negative energy. So when you're doing your spiritual bath, pour your Florida water in your bath, and also, like I said, put in some Himalaya salt if you have any. But if you don't have any, that's all right. Put some Florida water in it, and it cleanses your energy. It really does.
That's right, son.
Taking
I
it to
love
the
it.
next segment. I know. I was so enjoying him when I'm like, oh, Jared.
It's so
I'm glad
good.
you brought him up. This is good. This is wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes. It is so true. Now, let me see what else. Salt. What's salt good for, guys?
Salt is good for drawing toxins. Like, let's say if you had a wound or something and you didn't have anything around, you could actually, back in the old days, they use salt to stop certain,
Spiritually.
yeah. Spiritually, it does draw negative energy from you as well.
Hmm. Um, you can put some water, have some water, and put salt in it, and sprinkle it around, and it will purify your area, meaning clean away any negativity vibes or anything like that. Also, if you feel something bad around you, it's good to have salt there too. Um, I have done my scripting and then put the salt on top of it. Has
I've done
anybody
that
ever
too.
done that?
I've done that, yeah.
Oh wow, that's new to me. I haven't heard of using it in that way. Growing up, we know about using it in our waters to like mop our homes, and like you said, to just cleanse your area.
Hmm.
And like he was saying, I forgot about that actually. Like if you have a cut, you could put salt in there and it stops the bleeding. It burns like crazy though, but it stops the bleeding and it helps you to heal.
Okay, let's talk about finances. What are some of the ways that you guys have, other than me telling you about the bay leaf, any other ways to increase the finance?
Oh, affirmations. There's this one affirmation that I remember worked so well for me.
Hmm.
I learned it from Bob Proctor. Bless his soul.
I know.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Oh, what about the guy who used to say you can't lose you can't lose with the stuff I use? Remember him?
oh my gosh. That sounds familiar. You can't. Oh, that's was that Reverend Ike? Oh my God.
Yes, remember I could
I listen to her. I'm like, this man was ahead of the game.
I
You know,
know.
because he was since back. I was like, he was ahead. I'm like,
I go back. You know, you can look at him in YouTube. You can go back.
yeah, I'm subscribed to his channel. Oh my gosh, I love what they share on there.
Well,
Beautiful.
his son is over it now, but
Yeah.
some of that stuff he said is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I was like, wow, he's ahead of the game. Because this was back in the 60s or the 70s. I can't remember the time, but I know it's a while back, and I was like, wow.
hmm
He's like a Bob Proctor at the time, but people just didn't know it or recognize it as such.
there's so much power in this tongue. There's
Girl.
so much power in the tongue. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we got to watch what we say. We
Mm-hmm.
got to watch even if we're typing it, we're thinking it. So we got to watch what we think. We got to watch what we say. We got to watch what we hear. Okay. Those are the portals. Those are our portals. Our nose, what we smell. Those are our portals. They're
Mm-hmm. That's
very
right.
important, and we have to protect them.
Absolutely.
So if you speak those words, like Reverend Ike used to say, you speak those things into your existence, to
Yeah.
your atmosphere.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Exactly. I remember, I don't know if you saw the broadcast that he did, and he was like, a woman met him on the street, and she's like, "Ah, you are the money reverend," and kind of slipped out of her mouth.
Hmm.
And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." He's like, "No, don't be sorry. I'm the money man. That's okay. I love money. There's nothing wrong with that." Because you see, he was trying to shift people over from that mindset of, okay, if you're a Christian or if you believe in God, you have to be poor and meek. He's like, "No, it's okay. Call me the money man. I love money." So we have to embrace the
Father is
vibration.
rich in
Mm,
houses and land. He
that's right.
holds the world in the palm of his hand.
Boom.
And if he is a rich God, why we are rich too because we're his children. See, it's in the bloodline. You got
That's
to
right.
realize that you're in the bloodline of God.
That's right. That's
So
absolutely right.
you use what's in you already to make money, you'll make the money. Like Jared and his music, right? Like 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 you and the spiritual stuff that you do, right? Like he's over there smiling now. They got him stirred up. And like with me, with the counseling and the things that God gives me, I have been. People think, oh, she's only been doing this for 2, 3 years, and YouTube. No, no, no. I have been doing this in person since I was 6 years old. Since I was 6 years old, people will come to me, and I would just tell them what I would hear. At first, it would look like a big movie screen, and I would see something on the movie screen, and I tell them what I see as they come and stand in front of me. God always talked to me. Why? Because of the way I was brought up. The way I was brought up, right? I talked to God way before I had friends. Before I had friends, I talked to God all the time. That's why my relation with Him is not based on mm, religion. It's spiritual. And a lot of people don't understand the difference.
Amen to that. Please
between-
say that again, sis. Spiritual.
My relationship
Spiritual.
with
Yes.
God is spiritual. It is not religious. It is not religious. I worship God in spirit and in truth. Jared Maxwell's talking to you. I
I'm
worship
sorry.
God
What
in
did he say?
spirit and in truth. Huh?
What did he say?
He said, Jerry Romero, can I send you instrumentals?
Of course, of course. Send it to my email. It's gonna be my first and last name with the letters, the number 7 at Gmail.
You can put it in there.
Okay.
You can put that in there, and you can put the link to the other thing if you want to.
Okay. Blessings. Thank you.
You're welcome. So the spirituality that's within me allows me to do things a little unorthodox than a lot of people do. See, when I'm gonna get in trouble, Lord, if I say this. Say it. Okay. When you're standing behind the pulpit and you're just screaming and you're reading scriptures and you're screaming and you're trying to make people feel something so that they can get happy and shout and all this other stuff, that makes them feel good. Okay, we want people to feel good, but we want them more than anything to get a connection, relationship with God. God is a God of relationship. He's our Father. You have to have a relationship with God. It's good. Okay, yeah, we shouting and we happy and hey, 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 hey. Okay. After we have shouted, after we have fell out on the floor, after we done rolled over under a few pews, after the preacher has preached so hard he's sweating from head to toe and he's sitting down. Okay, you go home. What do you got? Aha. But if your spirit connects with what that pastor is talking about, you'll have something to keep you that you can take home and think about and reminisce on. And then the Holy Spirit will come and speak to you more about it. See, that's how that works. That's how that works. But a lot of people don't use their spirits to connect. They'll sit there in church like they're at a show, and it's not a show. It's not a show. But you have to help people to get to the point where they realize that by connecting with God spiritually, He can heal everything in your life. He can help you understand where you have no understanding. He can pick you up before you even fall. Imagine that. Think about what I just said. Pick you up before you fall. So that means He's got you before you fall. That means that He's loving you before you even know you need to love. Okay? So, this is what we have to do. This is what we're here for. To extend the hand of spirituality to those who do not know it. Yes, we do angel numbers. First and foremost, of course we do. But we do all things spiritual here because we want you to have a high spirit. We want you to have love in your heart. We want you to have the happy marriage, have the happy home, have the home that you want, have the cars that you want. All that stuff, listen to me good. All that stuff has a spirit. Everything in this world has a spirit. You can look at a certain car and you'll get a certain way about it. You might get chills looking at it. You can meet a woman or a man and you all of a sudden you feel something. If it don't make you feel something, It's not for you. Don't force it if you don't feel something. Am I right about it?
You know you're right, girl. When you know that you know that you know you don't need nobody else to tell you what it is. That's it.
Completely. Completely. Jared has put the link in there for the Florida water. You can find out more about that. Um, Brian is putting the links in the chat. Connect, connect, connect. Yes, we're spreading the love, Maxwell. We're spreading the love. Now, since we're talking about love, let me get in that vein. The way you know that somebody is for you is everything you don't have that's not inside of you is inside of them. That's how you know who's your twin flame. Either one of you want to discuss the twin flames?
I actually don't have much knowledge on that. I was actually just finding out about that from someone what a twin flame is because in my mind it sounds like something romantic, but it goes way deeper than that.
Oh,
It's
yes.
almost like a karmic connection to somebody
It's
that
your
you've
better
been
half.
attached to in another world. No, they say it could be family, it could be a friend, it doesn't have to always be a romantic thing.
Yeah,
Like
that I've actually read deeper into that. I've looked up this a little more. There's two, because people just kind of name the first twin flames. There's also there's that, and then there's when you before you meet a twin flame, you go through a false twin flame to
Mm,
prepare you for a real twin flame.
mm,
The false is kind of like the devil will always present false gold before the Lord presents the real gold, so you know what false gold looks like,
true,
so you can value the real gold.
true. Well, I can say that's true. I can say that's true. Sometimes before you really meet the true mate that's for you, you'll meet somebody who is a replica,
Mm-hmm.
and they may talk a good game, they may smell good, they may look good, they may have the money or whatever you, but they're abusive.
Mm-hmm.
they may break your heart to prepare you for the real deal. I'm telling
Right,
you. Break your heart real good, but it really prepares you because when you look back, you say, you know what? Thank you. It really levels you up. My heartbreak, I mean, I've had more than one,
me
but
too.
my last heartbreak, it really pushed me to another spiritual level, and I realized I had to go through that so that I could evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
you
I
can look
bless
back.
that person. Hmm.
Sometimes you can look back into relationships and say, "What was I thinking?"
Right? Oh my God, I know what you mean,
Hey,
sis.
have you ever been in a relationship and then all of a sudden you wake up and you look at that person and you go, "Who are you? Why are you at my age?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was I? Was I drunk when I
Oh my God, AJ, you are funny, but I know what you mean.
was drunk?"
Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's all
I,
part of the process.
You have to,
wait a
yes,
minute.
you have to go through that process so that you can understand when the real thing comes.
Exactly. Exactly. It
You know
got
how
me
to
to
get
know exactly what I wanted and what I didn't want. So,
exactly.
yeah.
I was about to say that earlier when you were asking about the manifestations. My input on that was going to be you have to be detailed in what you want because so often do we ask God for things and then we receive it and then we realize it's not what you really wanted because you didn't give detail to it. See, when you really want something, you give
Hmm.
it detail, right?
Hmm.
So that when you see it, you recognize it because you're like, that's what I asked for.
Right, just like if you're looking for some shoes. You know what kind of shoes you want. You know the color, the height, everything. Okay? And so you're gonna look for that particular shoe. But when we're looking for mates, it's just like we throw a coin up in the air. Okay. Oh,
Mm.
there he is.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, you're right. A lot of times, and that's something I'm actually considering. I was telling my sister we should write a book, a group of us, on what to look for so that we could teach our children. Like, I'm gonna get a little serious for a second because divorce is a thing that tears our families apart, and it hurts not just the two people that are involved,
Sometimes it
but
has to happen.
no, I don't disagree. But what I'm saying is, we have to teach our children what to look for in a mate,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how to choose, and some of the qualities and the things that you need to look for. But I think you can't avoid heartbreak totally because everybody needs to go through some kind of challenge in their life so that they could evolve. That's how we grow.
Yeah, you have to think about it. Okay, you like okay like this. Okay. Okay, let's say you're the kind of person who can't cook. Okay, so he's
Stop
gonna need
talking about me. Stop it.
he's gonna need to cook. Okay. You're the kind of person who um likes to spend money. So he's gonna have to be the person to make the money.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
What
Okay.
do you say, Jared?
No, I hear y'all. I hear you.
Okay. Um, you're the kind of person who is spiritual. So he's gonna have to be the kind of person who is spiritual too. Now I won't back
I would
down
say
from that.
there could be a balance, you know. There could be like, you know, you're a little bit skeptic. It doesn't mean that you don't believe. It just means that you need more uh experiences to say that you know that you know that you know.
I feel like when someone, like, if you're very spiritual and the person that you're with is not very spiritual,
It's a
they at
problem.
least have to be open minded to allow you to be who you are so that you can blossom. And
They're
you
not
also
gonna
have to
do
be
that.
allowing and respect who they are.
They're not
Yeah.
gonna do. They're gonna expect you to go with them to their faith. They're gonna expect you to pray like they pray.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't even thinking about a religious person. I was just thinking a straight up non religious person. But you're right. I wasn't thinking
Right.
religious. Oh Lord, that's a
You see the
whole nother
eyes?
topic.
Girl,
No, that's a whole lot of topic. I'm not even gonna touch that.
let's just say you believe in spirituality and God and Jesus, and they over here talking about I can't say it. They over here worshiping other things, and you're like, that ain't God. You know, I remember one time I went to a retreat with somebody, and and they wanted me to go and talk to the apostles. I said, "What apostles?" And they said, "Just sit here. They'll be in here." Okay. Three men came out with long brown robes on with hoods, and they said they were, let me see, John, Paul, and James, and they wanted me to talk to them like they were actual apostles. And I said, I believe in Jesus. I don't know what this is you're doing, but you're not John. You're definitely not Paul, and you ain't Peter. No, those are our names. No, 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 no. But see, some people get so hooked up on stuff like that, they believe it, and the next thing you know, off they go, and they end up in a situation.
People got to learn to take back their mind, you know. A lot of us, our mind is just not
right?
where it needs to be.
No, no, it's not. And we've got to be on one accord.
Hmm.
One accord meaning that when we are one, we are mighty.
Yeah.
When we are believing in one thing, just imagine if all of us were in one room at a retreat
Woohoo.
and we had something on a like a what do you call it, Jared? The audio visual thing, the projector,
You
Right.
prophesying right now.
and sort of like right now, and we were all looking at this thing and we were all believing that it was going to happen. Say we were looking at um let's just say we're going to be materialistic right now. Let's just say we're looking at $1 million, and nobody is being negative about this $1 million. Everybody's being positive about this $1 million, right? Now, then we start calling forth the energies of that. Now, in order to be in the energies of something, you got to look at it and feel it.
Hmm.
So after we get the energies of it, then guess what? After we've looked at it for so long, and I've done this, after we've looked at it for so long, then we'll see what it looks like, meaning we can close our eyes and still see it.
Yep.
This is how we're supposed to meditate. We're supposed to look at something so long that we can close our eyes and see it. This is how you call forth those things that be not as though they were. If you could see a thing, if you could think a thing, it can be a thing. This is how we are creators.
100. Yep.
We are
That's it.
supposed to create. So that's why we all need to know what's inside of us to create.
Mm.
Okay? We have to know what it is that's in us to create. What did God give us to create as individuals?
Hmm. I feel you. That's why education, and when I say education, I don't mean the traditional type of go to school from 3 to 9 to 3 or whatever time they go to school, but educo. That's the original way of saying education. It means to draw out what's within. And a real teacher, like you, like me, like Jared, people that get on a platform or people that just teach wherever they are, it's not our job and our role to tell people what to do, but to just give them the knowledge so that they can bring out what's within them, because you know what calls to you when you hear people speak or you see something. Whatever's in you that needs to come out and grow, it comes out. So our role is to educate so that we can bring out what's within, so that people's gift can shine.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy coming here too. It helps me to bring out what's within and keeps me sane.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
you know.
there's so much in you. Just like I told Jared all the time, I tell him, there's so much in him.
I know. I see it.
Once Jared Romero, once he is fully whole. And when I say that, I mean he has come full circle with everything that God wants for him to do. This is when he's going to be huge, huge. Jerry
I
Romero,
received that.
travel is in your future.
Travel.
hmm Travel is in your future. You're going to be traveling and singing, traveling and and producing, traveling and doing things.
Sounds like the good life. Welcome to the good life. Woo, yes.
I received that.
And I see a
Hmm.
gold card. I don't know what that means.
A gold card?
Yeah, I don't know what that means though. So
Mm.
if you notice, you guys will notice when God's speaking to me, my eyes start hurting or something. I start doing things with my eyes.
Oh, wow.
And that's because so much is going on in my mind and my eyes. I'm seeing. So,
Wow. And
Charlene, are you moving?
I would love to. It's something that I'm working on right now. So definitely it's in my desire. I have my desire put up there on the altar. I'm already
I'm
saying thank
seeing this
you.
house.
Woo.
Seeing this house, and it's open. It's a big open house.
Woo.
Uh-huh. And there's a back area where you could sit out under like a lanai or something, and you could sit in the front. But it's an older home. It's an older home, but it's been refinished inside. Yeah. What's happening is that somebody's losing this home and needs somebody to take over this house.
Wow.
Thank you, Spirit. Yes, somebody needs help. Somebody needs your help with their house. They can't handle it anymore, and they need you to help them get out of that situation. Okay, Maxwell, thank you for staying. So, yes. hmm And Jared,
yes.
Jared,
Yes, I'm listening.
she's coming.
Mm.
And it says you're already ready.
Wow.
Matter of fact, oh, really? Those two things coming together. Two
Mm.
things are coming together. So
Traveling.
whenever you hit it with your music, when your music hits,
Mm-hmm.
this is when you'll see her too, because she'll be
Mm.
connected in that. It's it's all connected. It's all connected.
Mm.
Beautiful.
New producer.
Mm.
Beautiful, Jared. Thank you for that, Angel. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, guys. You're so welcome. So this is this kind of things that we'll be doing at the retreat. So it'll be in more intense. It'll be more intense. It'll be more hands-on. These are the kind of things I see in my mind's eye for us to do as a retreat. And in the beginning, when it came to me about the retreat, um, I don't know what happened to HMQ, but we were supposed to go to the Philippines. But the Philippines got ransacked with COVID and everything, so pray for them. Um, so we still want to get it together, guys. We still got to get it together. So send me your ideas about where you want to go. Send me your ideas of what everybody is capable of doing because everybody has a gift of some sort.
I agree.
Sometimes people don't know they have it.
Hmm. It's so, I think our gifts are like limitless because we're also multifaceted, but I feel like sometimes we're kind of forced to try to just stay in one lane because of the mindset we grew up with in this society. But the more you evolve, the more you realize, wait a minute, I'm like, not Mansa Musa. What's our great ancestor's name that built the Khufu pyramid? Imhotep. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Imhotep?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, girl, you got to get to know our geniuses. But he was doing so many different great things. He was a physician, he was a master architect, and he had so many other different titles. I'm like, whoa, that's why I'm feeling all these different things in me. But I'm trying to channel it through one thing, but I have so much to give and express. So now the challenge is like, okay, how do I express them all in a cohesive, harmonious way that doesn't exhaust me and is a blessing to myself and others?
That's what I need from you.
Hmm.
Spiritual history.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, I used to be a history teacher, right? Back in the day.
Who?
I used to be a history teacher years ago. I
Really?
used to love history, yeah, but I realize now the history that I was teaching, oh my gosh, I don't want to say I'm ashamed of myself, but I didn't know better. I wish I had taught those children more, but just didn't have the knowledge. I
I
was going
want
by the script.
I want to learn more about the ancestors.
Ooh, I'll introduce you to someone. I'll send you a link to her information.
I want it from you.
For me, I'm not a historian. I'm honored to hear that. You would love to learn from me, but I feel like my
Don't
knowledge
have to
on
be.
it,
I want to know what you know.
okay, I could definitely share what I know.
That's all I want.
Okay. You
Mm.
got it, sis.
Jared, sing us out.
Oh man, I'm moving around.
No excuses. Let's go. You don't want me to sing now, do you? That's not my gift.
Oh man, I don't even know what to sing. You're gonna have to catch me at the retreat.
I'm gonna have to do what?
They're gonna have to catch me at the retreat.
He's like, this is a teaser. Well, you got to tease people with something. What are they going to get? Because I don't want to show up at the retreat and then you don't sound great. Give us a teaser.
Oh no, what? No, my music sounds great. It's definitely not bad.
Oh, I love that confidence.
I will sing a snippet from my song "Moment."
Yeah,
You've
that'll
got
work.
to live it life. You've got to own the night. Shine through the night and fight. Moment of dreamy eyes. Sleep through the loneliest day. Take it all and it's okay. Shine when you're ready for the stage. Oh, really sad. On and on the river flows. Time says true things you never know, you never know, you never know. Time says give him a show. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. There's a spark in the back of your mind. In the end, all you had is your story. In the moment, you feel so alive. Living this moment. Living this moment. Living this moment. Living this moment. That's what I got.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Woo!
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I needed that. I needed that.
Oh
You have
my
brought the sweetest
goodness.
spirit in the room. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Jared. Oh my gosh. Woo!
Yeah.
You make the girls throw their underwears on the stage with that kind of voice.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. That's the place to say that, but I'm just trying to say that was, oh my, some people when they sing, they could touch the soul. Brother, you have
Yeah.
that gift. You
Thank you.
have that gift. I cannot wait to see you get on that stage where you belong. Woo!
Thank you.
Yes! Woo! Now that was a real teaser for the retreat. I'm ready for this retreat. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. And we'll have more of that at the retreat. We'll have him. Price will come hopefully
Yes.
as well. And my son's coming, Jay.
Yes.
So we'll have some music and some singers there. And lots of spiritual things will happen. God is going to bless your socks off. God is going to bless your socks off. You've got to be there. You've got to be there. So when we say it's time for the retreat and we're ready and we got the place and everything, you got to make your way and get that ticket. You got to get the ticket. You got to be there. Because what God is going to do is going to illuminate your way so that you can see what has been hidden in your life. See, some things have been hidden from you because this wasn't time yet. But God is going to bless. So we'll be back on Wednesday, regular thing. We'll be back with the numbers. I know you guys, what about my numbers? You get your numbers Wednesday. This needed to be had. We needed to do this spiritual pre-retreat panel so that you can see what it is we intend to do. Be together and be on one accord, right? One accord.
Amen.
So I'd like to thank Jerry Romero for coming up. I'd like to thank Charlene Hill for coming up. I'd like to thank Mary. And oh my goodness, she's gonna break my neck. What's baby's name? Hold on. Josie. Josie. Josie, Mary, Charlene, Jared. Thank you so much for being a part of our live tonight. Thank you so much for being on the panel and everything. So, I love you, right? I love you from your head
To your
To the
toes.
to your
toes.
toes and everything
In
within.
between.
Within. Your angel light over darkness. Coming at you, baby. Coming at you. With everything that God has for you, I'm going to give it to you. Okay? And I'm going to give it to you good. So until Wednesday, we'll see you again. Okay? Go check out Jarek's music. Buy it. Buy it. Jared, I hope you
Thank you,
put the
Angel.
link in the chat, did you?
Yes, I did.
For them to buy the music? Mm. You put the link in there to buy the music.
Yeah, you could even put it in your description section for him after you upload this.
Yes, we'll do that. Okay.
It was my
Bye.
joy, Angel. Thank you.
Night
Thank
night.
you,
Take
guys.
care,
Bye.
Much
Jared. Take
needed.
care, everybody. Blessings always.
Take care.
Blessings.